Hello, seekers, confessors, wizards, sorceresses, Mordsith, and soldiers, and welcome to the Sword of Truth podcast, the chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sword of Truth series with a teeming river of craft brew on the side. I'm Nate, and I'm here with my two time-traveling companions, Jade and Aaron.
Hi!
Hello!
And today we are pouring through part 6 of Dead of Bones.
Ooh, I like that.
That's right, it's good.
Teeming river, pouring. Is teeming? Maybe I should know the definition of teeming before I say I like it or not. Is that rough? Teeming's nice, isn't it?
Teeming
No,
seems
it's-
calming.
Not calming, but it's not.
It's bubbling.
Is it teeming?
It's
Fuck.
moving. It's doing things. It's doing shit.
Okay, little sidebar here. Definition of teeming: be full of or swarming
Yeah.
with.
Okay.
Moving. It's doing shit.
Moving,
But I feel like there's a
churning,
Zen
things
thing.
are happening.
There's a Zen thing to have a full river but still pouring. It's like a Zen, like balance. It's yin and yang. It's the same but the opposite.
I'm finding Zen in my mug of ale here. That's what I'm finding Zen in, not
You're
you.
gonna have to, because we're about to talk about a war,
Oh. Yeah.
which is
okay.
like opposite Zen. So
No.
Famously.
But it's
famously,
not here.
yeah,
At least
pretty
it's not
stressful
here.
actually.
We're
War.
pretty okay here.
Yeah, we're pretty
so-
good here.
Here in the tavern, I think we're gonna be safe. It's
Yeah.
down by the river, so I don't think we have much to worry about.
I have not seen a river anywhere by here, so.
Unless the bad guys win, then we're all fucked, of course. But you know,
Yeah.
Well, in a way, I guess. I don't know. We'll find the two portals.
we're taking a real
Right?
Shaun of the Dead approach. We're just gonna hang out in the
Head on
tavern
over.
and drink until this all blows
Yeah.
over.
So head on
Yeah.
over to the Green-Eyed Beast, have a pint.
Well, we could we'll go run to the keep or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. We got options.
We've read the book. There's extra ways in.
We know all the secrets.
I'm just kidding. Nobody listens to me.
One of the secrets I know is that for those of you listening along to the audio book, the timestamps for this part are going to be 2 hours 36 minutes to 2 hours 47 minutes.
Wow.
Very short, like 11 minutes, but there's a lot that happens right here.
That math is correct.
All right, well, are we ready to get into this thing?
I think so. I've got my mead. I'm a pretty happy boy right now.
Hell
I got
yeah.
my Zen going on because of that intro. I've never been more ready.
Right in the pocket. All right. Well, when we last left, Abby had hidden Zedd's daughter in an abandoned house before running as fast as she can to go beg Zedd for more time to find her own daughter, Janna.
So not Zen.
Yeah, as previously mentioned, war and the whole prospect
Yeah.
of it just about to kick off. It's
interesting.
Pretty stressful.
Yeah. Well, and her kid. She didn't get her kid.
That's what it is. Yeah, she really wants to find her daughter before
I don't know why, but she does.
it all
yeah.
kicks off. Yeah. Weird.
Interesting.
So we find Abby now, stopped by the edge of the river to watch Zedd on his wizard's rock. Apparently, he has already started the spell. Light and shadow are twisting up around him, and he's using incantations that she has never heard before.
Well, wizard, not sorceress. So, yeah, he's got shit you don't know.
Yeah.
Different things mean different things.
Yeah.
He's a different class. Obviously,
Yeah.
he's got different spells.
Yeah.
We all know this.
Different people have different skills. Yes.
And we do believe he's not naked. This is the first time
Clothed.
Zedd
Yeah.
has been on a wizard's rock and not been naked in our literature journey.
A lot of things have been said about Zedd, but he does have a sense of propriety.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. He makes a big. Does it just feel better when he doesn't have clothes on?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
When you're at home,
Yeah.
you're walking around, there's no need for pants. But if you're out in public, throw a robe on, I guess.
Okay. I'm just saying, if it
It's
feels.
still a very loose-fitting garment. If there's a rush of wind, he's still getting all that.
I'm just saying, I get propriety, but if it feels that good, I'm the first wizard. I do things you don't have any idea about. I have to be naked.
Takes his pants off.
Yeah, this sucks. Look away. I have to be naked. That's just the way it is.
Well, this is a bit
And
more
nobody
of a
would know
Nobody
to
would
correct
know.
him.
Yeah.
this is a bit more of a combative situation that he's on the wizard's rock. So maybe it's just a formality.
Or just
Like-
protection. You want to keep the
Yeah.
balls, you know, up and high.
Yeah,
High and tight.
away from potential arrow shots.
Yeah.
Things might just get nipped.
You got to keep the boys safe. It's like priority number one for like most guys out there, I would assume.
Yeah. It's not really about anyone else's comfort other than Zedd's. It's just comfort of mind.
Yeah,
Keep them covered.
Yeah.
Well, Abby knows.
Keep it safe.
That's right. As said famously by a wizard.
Yeah.
Penises. Keep them secret, keep them safe.
That's the whole quote. Didn't make it into the movie. Weird. Well, Abby knows enough about wizards and magic to know that now is not really a good time to bother him.
Makes sense.
He's in the middle of protecting his balls. He's busy. On the ground beside her is the grace that Zedd drew. It's the one that breaches the world of life and death. It's drawn in white sand, and around it are geometric spell forms that Abby shudders to see. So apparently she does understand some of what Zedd's doing, just not the whole thing.
Oh, so it's not just that she doesn't like geometry.
Wow.
That would be my angle. I'd be like, I'm fucking bored with this.
Angle. Geometry.
Wow.
Damn it.
But also,
Did I just
you said
accidentally make a math joke? Fuck
A math
me.
pun.
A math pun.
but we know it's also the white sand, so it's it's serious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's doing some powerful shit here. Abby calls out to Zedd anyways, because again, she's trying to find her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
This is desperate moments. And as we know about Zedd from previous books, these are the women that he typically will allow and do things for. It's like, you're coming to me in desperation right now.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
Damsel in
what do you
distress.
need? Yeah.
Real quick, just about the white sand. We know how it's created, right? The death of a wizard. So are we just burning? Because it's a very specific way that they have to be killed, right? Like they have to sacrifice themselves for somebody else in order to get the white sand.
I think so,
Or if they're being forced to do it, it's the black sand.
Sorcerer sand is made from the crystallized bones of older wizards.
Mm-hmm.
The proper spells drawn in white sorcerer sand can invoke the keeper. Black sorcerer sand is the counterpart to white sorcerer sand and extremely rare.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but they're made in different ways. It has to do with how they die. And I guess my question is just, like, I know that there was a lot of sorcerer sand in the towers, right? That most
Mhm.
people can't get to.
Yeah.
But how do we have a stock of the sand in the key? Like, where did he curate? Are they having people sacrifice themselves for the sand? Like certain wizards sacrifice themselves for the sand
I was gonna
for them to
say
be able to use it because they're in the keep?
maybe if you're like if it gets to a point where you're a wizard, but you have like a fatal condition where it's like, oh, I am too old, or hey, I'm a little bit burnt out here. You can sacrifice yourself for a good thing of saying like, hey, kill me or I'm going to kill myself so you can get wizard sand.
That's kind of what I'm wondering. I just, because we do know that there is a large amount of it, but I don't think that in this time period people were able to access that.
Yeah, true.
Right.
So how did he get his
Yeah. I mean, he is first wizard.
First wizard.
Yeah.
I bet anything that had been collected is probably brought there so people in his position can use it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just like, are we making a pipeline of white sand somehow?
Yeah.
Okay, we can move on. That's all. I just wanted to bring
Ideally,
that
there
up.
shouldn't be that much sand. You
Right.
don't want wizards dying left and right.
Right. It
So,
should be rare.
Yeah, I bet you it's like older or like fatally wounded can like sacrifice and get sand. I bet you there's humane ways.
So that's kind of what I was thinking. If they have old age or sickness or anything like that, they're probably not turning into sorcerer's sand, right? It's only
The sand is created
Sacrifice.
depending on the
Yeah.
way the wizard gives up his life.
Yeah.
So it does depend on how they die.
yeah.
They go down to the no kill old wizard shelter and find the oldest one.
Oh, that's so sad.
No, they
Holy
bring
shit,
it.
that was a turn.
No, hold on. They
Not
bring
even
it.
'cause they're people, 'cause I'm thinking of dogs now.
No, they bring it up to the tower where it lives out its life. But yeah, it's that now. They don't kill the dog.
Incredible.
No.
Anyway. Anyways, Abby calls out to Zedd in her moment of desperation, and she says that the debt of bones has to be paid. But Delora,
Stop.
the sorceress,
Stop.
and the mother confessor, they both say, no, he did his best for you. He's got other people to look out for now. This is bigger than you, Abby. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. They do their very least to like comfort her a little bit. I always imagine just a very awkward hand on the small of the back, like,
They're there.
sorry, buddy.
They're
you know,
there.
but she just starts to weep into the river. That's it. It's all done for Abby. She can't find her daughter. She's lost.
Yeah. It's terrible. It's sad. But again, had you tied the child in the woods and gone back, you would have had more time. You had like the whole night. Nobody gave you a timeline. Like,
Tie up the child. That's always the solution.
you
very
didn't have
clear.
yours. You didn't secure the bag. It's your fault.
It's a good point. I forgot that was a point we discussed on the last part. It's a good point. Once you gave it a little bit more context, tie up the child outside, go back for more.
Yeah.
Like
save
a trust
more.
but verify. Like, I kept her safe, but then I also tied her there, so she's not going
She's
anywhere.
in a better position than she was.
She is not going to look at me with kind eyes. However, I did
Yeah.
save her.
Yeah.
We're not worried about comfort right now. We're worried about effectiveness. Is it going to work or no?
But it is sad. And I do
Yeah.
feel bad for her because, you know, you don't have your kid and there's no chance to get her now. And Zedd's doing his crazy. The thing is, he's doing his crazy shit. It's like when you're saving something or turning on your computer or something. You can't fuck with that when it's in the middle of the process.
True. Oh, God, yeah.
Oh,
Or you
yeah.
could lose everything.
Yeah, you'll brick your computer.
Yeah. So, you know, you just got to wait it out now. It started.
There's a reason. It's like, this is a wizard. Do not restart right now.
Yeah. You
I
don't want
know-
to tear the world apart
Yeah.
because you were like impatient.
I know we were about to start recording the podcast, but I clicked yes on update. So we're here for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Yep.
That has never happened at least twice. Well, arms in the air, Zedd calls for more light, more shadow, and more magic.
Mm-hmm.
The
More
giant,
garlic.
like Ratatouille.
He's making a stew.
Well, Zedd's not working on a stew. He's working on a giant hissing sphere of like molten lava and magic.
I was hoping, just real quick, you were going to say cheese.
Look, knowing Zedd, there's probably a little cheese in there, right?
Pocket.
Little of that salt pork that nobody wanted earlier. Yeah, it's in there.
It's mostly spice soup.
By the way, cooked to perfection.
You know, I am hungry. When we take our break, I am going to ask Maggie to
That
give me
is
some
happening.
That's a good idea.
For sure. What makes this giant ball of magic even more like imposing and dangerous is that light and steam shoot out of it whenever it gets bigger and then lowers and touches the water. So Zedd's got like his own rave going on. He's got a chant. You know what I mean? He's got the lights.
Flashing lights.
You gotta
steam,
imagine
smoke
there's
machine.
like, it's whistling and hissing and there's stuff going on. Yeah, and he's on his rock. There's lights popping up out of everywhere. You know he's got a soundtrack playing.
Oh, Sandstorm's playing.
Enter Sandman.
No, Darude, Sandstorm is playing.
That brings me so much joy. Well, the sun is rising over the hills behind the Daharans as Zedd does this, and Abby can see men moving around behind the tree line. But Zedd, this is the other reason it's a rave, he also has a fog cloud.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, smoke machine, full on.
That spreads out on the clearing in front of the trees. So the enemy army does not want to breach that because they can't see anything then.
Well, and it could be poison.
I really wish they would have had a little tiny scene of the enemy like camp with like 3 guys, and they're like, "Hey, you just walk over there real quick."
Just try.
Panis said you were the fog guy.
Yeah.
You have to go into the fog. That's why you're here.
And then they argue for a minute, and then he gets shoved in there, and we find out what happens in the fog.
Oh shit, he died.
Star Wars all over again. Hey guys, Red 5 says he's got it. Or whatever.
Family Guy Star Wars.
He walks into the fog and just starts screaming, and they're like, okay, so not that.
Oh my god, that's
Turns
funny.
fully inside out.
Oh, you were right. All right, here's 5 silver.
Well, you know what? Zedd has a nice mysterious fog going on. I think I might like to kick off one of my own. I think it's time for a beer break.
Sir, I do believe you mean a mead minute.
Mead minute. Oh, absolutely. You know what? I apologize. A mead minute.
MM.
M.
MM.
I am never going to.
Well, unfortunately, now we're going to have to take a break just so Nate can maintain his composure, regain his composure. Maintain, it's gone.
He's not going to be able to hit the button. He can't see.
Nate, it'll be okay.
I'm blinded.
By the power of Sandstorm.
Good Spirits is my witness. I am going to make that song. Okay. I do have to take a break now. We'll be back right after this.
Shing!
Jade, what did Maggie pour for us today?
She poured Kill All the Golfers
That's rude.
from Bee Nectar Brewery. It's making a statement, for sure.
That's for sure.
Yeah. I'm not a golfer, so I'm safe.
I guess technically I might be now.
You're a golfer now.
I was safe until just a few weeks ago.
You golfed in a scramble. That makes you a golfer. Yeah.
I got to use a hockey stick and everything. That's not even just a joke. That really happened. I've got video.
So this is mead with black tea and lemon. The little blurb about this beer is, it's been a long day. I had to hide out in my burrow for the better part of the day waiting for those damn golfers. But today was my lay. I finally did it. I didn't even need a reason. I wonder if they received total consciousness. It's like a Cinderella story. Out of nowhere, a former dancing gopher becomes a killing champion. I had my special drink, a half and half, while I got in touch with that force in the universe that makes things happen. All I had to do was stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball.
Yeah, it's the, if you look up the art for this, it's the gopher from Caddyshack with aviators and Bill Murray's bucket cap on. And I'm not going to lie, I have had my first sip. I'm about to go in for my second sip. I don't think I need to. I think it's just looking for confirmation. I'm feeling real strong about this one.
I'm not going to lie. I am too. I really like the tea. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it. But after first sip, it was like, huh? And then second sip is like, yeah, it's good. It is really fucking good. I want to go out on a limb and say probably 9+.
There's not a lot above 9 to plus.
No, there's not.
Are you going 9.5?
I want to.
Yeah, what
I
are we
don't believe
plussing to it?
in half points. I feel like it's either full 9 or full 10.
As a man who for sure has given half points before.
Absolutely. But I'll die on this hill right now.
So it's not a 10, but it's not a 9. It's above a 9.
I feel like it's not a 10 because they could have given it a little more flavor.
Okay.
But I feel like absolutely everything I'm getting is exactly what I want.
9 dancing gophers out of 10.
Yeah.
I think it's very tea forward. It tastes like black tea. I think that's good. I like a little bit more lemon in my black tea. Like, I'm not a big fan of just straight black tea. So that makes it like, it's not quite as high because of that. But I can probably drink this like all day because it's not heavy. It just feels like I'm drinking black tea. And if we put ice in there, I'd just be pretending I was drinking an iced tea and it would be fine. So 7.
7?
Solid.
We looked up on their website.
7 balls.
7 balls. They also have a peach version, and I very much want to try this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because as a Southern gentleman, I'll respect the tea game that this mead brings. And this is a 10 out of 10.
See, that's what I'm
10
thinking,
dancing gophers out of 10.
9.5
I would drink this
because
all day.
I'm thinking that that might be the peach. If they do it in peach, they're gonna get me every time.
I don't like your Southern gentleman.
I'm not sure that is an opinion you can give. This is just who I am.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Let's get back.
Are we digressing?
We have.
And we're back with part 2 of part 6 of 10 Pounds.
Part 2 of part 6.
Part 2 of part 6.
Part 5
of a 9-part series.
5.5?
Is this an effort to make it easier?
I don't think I did that. No. Oh no, I've made a horrible mistake.
You guys know where we're at.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We can bring everybody up to speed. Zedd has already started Big Giant Scary Spell. Abby tried to get more time, but, he's already doing the thing, so it's kind of too late.
Big sad.
Real big sad.
Yeah.
And then we add complication.
Oh.
Because on the other side of the river, another wizard,
Motherfucker.
enemy wizard, starts setting up on his own wizard's rock. Fun fact, this
the
man
shit?
is naked.
What?
Yeah, no, that's not in the book. That's headcanon. But he does do the inappropriate thing of taking his balls out on the battlefield.
I do think it's very funny. We've read other books. We've seen wizards do spells without standing on their rock. But both of these men choose to be like, here's my platform. Let me stand on top of my platform and tally forth above all of you. I don't know. It's very weird.
It feels a little bit more dance competition when you have to set
what
up
it
your
is.
platform first.
This guy puts on his own light show.
It's like, you think you got... Yeah, it's like he's pulling out his turntables. He's about to DJ battle.
He starts playing Dabba Dee Dabba Da against, I forget the name already, Sandstorm. And they just have their own rave going on across the river.
Oh, much worse rave.
Shittier
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's not good. They don't have any vendors. There's no bathroom. It's like Firefest over there.
They do have the numbers. Like, if you see pictures afterwards,
there is more people.
Like it was better because there was more people there. But it's shitty.
But
you
it
don't
was
want to
bad.
actually be there.
But the experience, very, very negative.
Yeah.
A 0 out of 5.
0 out of 5
Would
stars.
change a lot of things.
Have a list, in fact. So Abby decides that it's right now or never. She yells across the water and begs Zedd for more time for her daughter, but he says, I'm so sorry. I gave you all the time I could, but I can't give you any more. Abby, Abby screams as then Zedd just turns and goes back to his ensorcelment.
I like that word.
It's a good word.
If you were going to interrupt me, you should have done it right away. First of all, we're deeper in now, and do you not see the people in front of us?
Jade,
the other wizard?
It's okay, because she said she realized it's now or never, but that's the 3rd time she said that already. Just in this 5-page section we've discussed so far, she's going to interrupt him again. It's going to happen again. She had the opportunity to interrupt, took it, and then took the next 3 as well.
I understand, okay? I'm a mother.
Yeah,
if it's
sad. Big sad.
It's big sad. It really, really, really is. But
you would do anything.
If there's somebody that is aiming the cannon at the enemy that's about to kill all of you, and you're like, hey, I gotta talk to you real quick, so they can't fire it, it's a problem. I get how sad it is, but everyone's gonna die then. So shut the fuck up right now.
I mean, it really does push the idea that I think Goodkind's trying to get across. Yes, you have a moral objective and a thing that you want to do. You want to save your daughter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If this man does the thing, he's effectively going to kill your daughter.
Yeah.
But
over there,
everybody else is alive.
Mm-hmm.
So on top of the, do you interrupt him? Do you not? Should you interrupt him? Should you not? Is she going to give up her daughter's life for everybody else?
Well, and I think the other thing she's not considering is that, at least this way, from her perspective right now, it'll be a quick death.
Yeah, whatever he's about
cause.
to do is going to be powerful.
But if I mean, that's better than what would have happened. She's not going to be stuck there as a prisoner being tortured like you were fucking told.
That's true.
So, like, I know this is hard, but, like, best case scenario, have Zedd do it. Like, that's
true.
better than the enemy doing it.
We know for a fact that Mariska specifically was like, I'm going to do this and then make somebody else and just draw the whole thing out. So, I mean, yeah, as horrible as it is, just make it fast.
Mm-hmm.
And realistically, they're all right here now. There's no way for, like,
it's going to be everybody.
Like, yeah, sweetheart, I understand where you're coming. Literally, physically, there's no way for me to stop what's happening and go get your daughter and put her over here without everybody else coming over here. But there's no way to physically do what you want.
Yeah. Hey, Abby, literal army. There's a literal army now coming at us.
I can't give you the time because it's not mine to give. They're on their way.
Yeah.
They're
really out of my control.
There's a crack of thunder, an intense hum of magic, and shafts of light shoot upward. Abby thinks it's a very disorienting thing watching light shine up into sunlight, and it does describe it as almost being brighter than the sun.
That would be wild.
I would probably not look at it.
Probably super bad for your eyes.
Yeah, probably not great.
That's why it looks so crazy, Abby. You're not supposed to be doing that.
I wouldn't be able to help it. I'm gonna be straight up. You got fucking weird lights coming out of the ground going into the sky? Okay.
And
what
she
else
was
do I need to see
blind
for the whole
from
rest
that
of
day forward.
What else do I need to see? I saw it all.
That's pretty much
I
it.
saw
That's
the cool thing.
Fair point.
And you never saw anything after that, so you'll be able to visualize that and describe it to a T for the rest of your life.
Went out on top.
The climax of my life right there.
Well, just as Zedd's spell is kicking off, the wizard across the river counterspells Zedd, right? He diffuses the fog around the river. Knowing this means things are about to get ugly, now there's no barrier between these two armies. Zedd keeps pouring magic into the huge molten ball.
Not of cheese.
Not
this
of
is
cheese.
Magic ball.
Molten cheese.
I don't know why I want cheese so
I
bad
think that
right
makes
now.
it so much wilder too that she interrupted. Like, there is a massive molten ball of magic right in front of him, and she's like, like,
hey, but real quick.
What happens if you drop it? Like, like we're trying to get that over there, right?
Yeah.
Like, we don't want him to drop his concentration right now.
Holy shit, yeah.
Calm down.
You know what? I hadn't really even fully appreciated that aspect of it. Like, he turns around, his arms are outstretched towards this giant molten ball, and he's looking over at Abby like, little busy here.
Can I have about 5?
Actively doing something.
Hey, do you have a minute? No!
No! Quite busy saving the world, actually. Can you come back later?
Aren't you supposed to be with my daughter?
Oh, shit. You know what? You're right. There was something I was supposed to be doing, Zedd. I'll be back. Well, on top of all of this, Zedd extremely busy, but now the fog cloud is gone. We know that one guy died because it was definitely, gas of some kind.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Behind the wizard across the river, Daharan's soldiers pour out of the trees, thousands of them. That army has kept their promise too, because in front of them are hundreds of innocent people. People Abby knows from her village.
Hey, they might be bad guys, but they're not liars.
Well, at least they told the truth.
Also, they hid them pretty well because she was wandering around that whole camp and she didn't see any of these fucking people. So they had them corralled somewhere off in the dark or some shit.
I got to imagine, I mean, Good Kind has kind of a, I don't want to call it a habit because it's a kind of a theme, but like, it's always the enemy's army is huge, beyond number. Like, if there's 10, there's 6 billion of them, and they're all coming for you. And it's good because it makes our heroes like rise up. Like, you can't just hack and slash your way through that many people. You need a greater solution. And I think that's cool.
I agree.
But it's always the danger.
Yeah, I feel like it's more like the fantasy genre in general does that. Because a lot of books I've read where it's always, the bad guy always has a big army. It's never like the one bad guy working out of a cave. No, it's the bad guy out of a palace because he's emperor. And it's the Star Wars thing.
It's very Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah.
Have you played that game?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
With it's you and like 2 other people against hundreds and hundreds of people, and you're just cutting through them.
What's the plan? The plan is attack.
Which way are you taking? Forward.
Yeah.
That's a great call. That's a great call.
I'd be the little chick with the blades in both hands. You just spin around in a circle and kill them all. It was great. It
Lou Boo, baby.
was great.
Love that game.
God, we should play Dynasty Warriors.
We should.
It was a
Hey,
really
you know
good
what?
game.
You know what? Maybe we should finish this podcast
We
first.
should play
And then
Dynasty
let's play
Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors.
Oh my god.
For 12 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, part 7's not coming out. This is a Dynasty Warriors Let's Play podcast.
Let me hit a few buttons, turn on the stream. Okay. It's so wily going from that to then this.
Sorry.
Much like a theme in one of our past episodes. And I will move on here just a second. I'm feeling regret. So Abby sees some of the people from her village who resisted be murdered on the spot, like as they are charging down the hill. They don't care if these people live or die. If you don't do what I say, you're going to die. And if you do what I say, well, you're probably going to die.
Yeah. Well, they said they're not liars. They said they'd kill you if you don't respond.
If you don't run, yeah.
You didn't respond, we're going to kill you.
And they were told to charge forward. The rest of them are running. They got to probably, I'm guessing the idea is that they got spears behind them, right? So if you stop, we're just going to run you through and keep going. Because we are also actively charging.
And these people, you got to think, they were captured however fucking long ago, weeks ago, probably at this point. They've been following her along to this point, trying to get as far along. But now they see Zedd standing down there with all this fucking magic that's pointed right at them.
Yeah.
And so your choice is to go march down into that death, or I will kill you. So, it's honorable to do either thing, because it's you don't have a fucking choice at that point. You don't see an out. So, fucking kill me. Do it. What?
I guess the only real move would be to do as the Daharans want. Run as absolutely fast as you can, because if you can break from the Daharans' end, enemy side before they get there, they may let you pass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They'll
that's
let
true.
you through the line and then form up and get that wall back for when the Daharans hit. But if you're too slow, the Daharans will get you. And if you're not ahead of them enough, then you're just going to get caught in the middle.
But the issue here is that they don't have an army that they're running against. They're running up to Zedd's magic.
Yeah, Teeming River.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like in a normal scenario, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Well, the fog cloud is gone.
Gone.
Just
but they
dissipated.
just see Zedd down there with his big giant ball.
Yeah.
There's no army. It's just like a handful of people over there.
Well, I guess that's what I'm saying. They see the ball coming. So the idea is to get with that army, because Zedd's not going to shoot the ball and then kill all of his own guys. So if you can make it behind that line, whatever Zedd's doing is then going to go over and kill the Daharans. Hopefully. That's absolute best case and very optimistic scenario.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I'm just saying I don't think it's, bad that anybody refused to do it, because it's like, at that point, I'm not going to let Zedd kill me. Like, it's you or Zedd, and fuck it. I'm not doing what you tell me to do anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm fully with that. I think you do resist, because on the chance you don't, man, you're going to run down that hill and you're going to be murdered then by who? Your brother? Your son? Because you're old?
Or melted
and
by
you
this
can't do the fight thing anymore?
Fire.
Yeah. No, that would be fucking horrible. I'm not going to make your job easy for you. If this is the way that I can fight back, then this is the way that I'm going to do it.
I'm going to slug one of you fuckers on my way out if I can.
But also, I say this now, but in the situation, I'd be like, yeah, I'll fucking run. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I guess that's what I was trying to say. It takes a certain kind of bravery to, even at that point, even though you've been following orders that long, be like, no, I'm not going to fucking do that.
Yeah. It's a fucking crazy situation. There's moral lines everywhere. There's chaos everywhere. And to make the whole situation even worse, if Zedd's spell fails, the plan is for the Midlands army to just attack. That is the whole battle plan, you guys.
Okay, so there is an army
Just
there.
attack.
Well, I think it was that Zedd told Delora or whatever to send a message like,
have
hey,
him be ready.
Yeah, hey, go send the message.
Okay,
I'm doing a thing, and if I fail, we're at war.
Okay, so
go.
they may not be right there. I was just saying,
I don't think they're
at
there.
the river. There was only a handful of people.
We're talking about a river. Zedd's rock is right there.
Yeah.
A little farther back is the enemy wizard and their army. And the initial army that we were communicating with earlier in the book is been waiting here. Remember, the general wants to attack and follow him through, and Zedd goes, no, just wait.
Oh.
So this is where they've been. We are in the middle of two armies, right? It's coming to a head right now.
Does Abby right now know that there is an army behind her?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't think that.
Because we traveled right with Zedd, but we went to the place. He said he was going there anyway because this is where the armies are.
But
This is the advantageous spot.
I thought it was a deserted town when they got there.
The town is.
Okay.
And the town, because the enemy army has been through there, right? They fought them back. They got the people. They fought them back. And now this river, as I believe it, you know what? I could be wrong the more I'm talking through this. but I believe that they fought them back on that side of the river. And that's where they were saying, but they're not retreating. They are just waiting there. And that's when Zedd was like, because they want to draw all of us in. So we're going.
Okay.
And they're like, and they're going to murder you. And you don't know like how. And he was like, yeah, exactly. We're just going. He was all wily and shit. But that's where we are, I believe.
Okay. See, I guess I thought that the army, knew about it and was like maybe back away. But like I thought that it was just Zedd, Abby,
Mother
Delora,
Confessor.
and Mother Confessor at the river.
I think they traveled together, but I believe they were traveling to this destination where the army was nearby.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
The army had been there.
Yeah.
They traveled there separate from the army with communication saying, hey, if the thing Zedd does goes bad,
we need you.
Then you just have to attack.
Okay.
And I think he's probably communicated the idea that if it works, then you won't have to. Potentially, then the war is done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I know when they left Aiden Drill, I know he said that message. You know, he told the general that, like, I'm going here. I'm going to go do a thing. If it fails, you guys have my back.
Yeah.
I thought the army was following them, but much slower. Like, I didn't think there was an army there yet.
I think they are there because right now is the moment where if it goes bad, they have to attack.
Well,
but
makes
the
sense.
thing that makes that terrible is that then they are attacking all the people in front of the Daharan army.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Zedd's like, if I can find a way to avoid that line, then best case scenario, I guess. It's just then that Abby sees a figure running along the far bank, dragging a child behind them.
That's probably not good.
And who else would it be but fucking Mariska?
Son of a bitch.
She seems to be able to move pretty quick.
She is fucking everywhere and fucking wily. For an old lady, she's pretty spry.
Yeah.
Zedd screams.
So not good. It wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good.
Okay.
You guys are 100% right. She should have just tied her to a tree somewhere totally away from the house. Look, she looked at the house.
Once again.
She obviously went to the house that you saw together and, fuck.
We've learned the important lesson. Even when Jade does not appear right, eventually she is.
Yeah. You should know that.
Well, and now Abby, I mean, now she's faced with the idea that I told you I was going to get your daughter safe, and there the fuck she is.
Not safe.
Not safe.
Yeah.
Arguably in danger.
Because I ran down here to be like, let me go do a thing that was impossible for me to do.
If she would have stayed up there and stayed with Zedd's daughter would be safe right now. Well, maybe.
And she's not doing any good.
Had more potential than the way it played out.
Not doing any good here.
Nope. Zero good.
Well, she obviously snuck back to the house and stole Zedd's daughter. She does stand on the far bank and calls out to Zedd and threatens to kill her. Threatens to behead this little girl if Zedd doesn't surrender immediately.
I do want to say, when they decided to go back to her house, I was like, well, obviously that's the first place anyone's going to look for her. It's not safe.
Yeah.
Like, this
It's
was
a
your
known
house.
location.
Yeah. Dummy.
If you're doing like a safe house thing, it's got to be somewhere nobody knows about. Like you didn't tell your third cousin once at a party 20 years ago. Like it has to be totally clean.
Yeah, grab blankets and a pillow and shove her in a cave. It'll be fine.
Tie her to a tree, cut the tree down, roll her into a cave, cover it. She'll be safe.
Oh shit, we
won't
just
like
buried
it.
her alive. Oh no.
She's not going to have a
air
good
for
time.
like 2 days.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
She'll be alive, though.
Well, understanding the direness of the situation, Abby charges into the water, trying to reach Zedd. He turns and looks her right in the eyes, and she freezes in place, as you would, and just whispers to him that she is so sorry. She thought his daughter was safe, and he's looking into her eyes. She's coming to him in this moment of desperation, and she is internally preparing to die because there's no chance that this man is not going to blast me into a million pieces or just make the fireball arc, just the tiniest little, just kind of drip before it goes off across the river.
Hey, this might seem weird, but the fireball does a quick U-turn and then goes towards the enemy.
Does a little loop-de-loop.
Yeah.
So
I thought I told you that. Sorry.
now it is fully the opposite of where the book started. Now she is the cause of Zedd's daughter's death.
It's a good spot for her to be. Apparently, Puck had thoughts about that. I don't know if the meow will get picked up on the mic, but it distracted me.
Well, all right. Before we move on, I think we're going to take a little break, and we will be back right after this.
Ching!
And we're back for the remainder of part 6 of Dead of Bones.
Stop.
And
Stop.
Abby's about to just fucking die.
Yeah.
Zedd's gonna kill her.
Zedd is about to blast her shit into about 1 billion little pieces.
Yeah.
Because now she is the cause of his daughter's death.
Well, potential death.
Yeah, I mean,
But, like,
it could happen.
Let's be honest.
And it could happen because of her. So, but Zedd is not that guy.
Also, to be fair, she could have left her.
That's true.
It was a bonus even seeing her, right?
Yeah, that's true. That
Yeah.
is
I mean,
true.
look, they did try. She
You-
did get in
yeah,
there. She did pull her out. Like, good, bad.
Yeah, you got to give her a hug. It was good.
That's true.
Yeah, but like I said, Zedd's not that guy. He just nods in resignation, which to me means he's sticking true to the way he described it to Abby the very first time they met. Look, I know your specific daughter needs help, but in order for this whole thing to go, we can't consider just one person. And now it's his daughter. And he's like, I'm already started the spell. I couldn't give you any more time. I can't give myself any more time either. The enemy's coming. This is the last hope before all out war. It has to be now.
Which I do think is interesting because it's the right thing, right? But it also, I love Richard and Kaylin, right? But I feel like a lot of times we see, I mean, granted, they are special people. They are hinges in the world and they need to stay around. But there's a lot of times where the plans to save the world are like derailed or put on pause because Kaylin got captured and we got to go save her.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like she's a confessor. She's important, but really, not really. So it is interesting that Zedd is like, kill my daughter if it means saving everybody. But if Richard was in this position, I don't know that that's the choice he would make.
No, Richard would make the hard, I don't want to say he would make the hard choice. He would go with the difficult plan.
Yeah, he'd go,
As crazy as it sounds, he'd be like, no, we are going to just hold this war off for just another 45 minutes or so.
Sidestep
We're going to
the
go
plan.
sneak in there,
Yeah.
get her, get back out, and then kick this thing off. Richard would just find a way.
Yeah, I'm going to lob this somewhere else right now. Hopefully that'll do enough damage and distract everyone while I save this person. Which, great. He's a hero. But this is probably the correct thing to do.
Well, and everybody's got their limitations. That's Richard. This is Zedd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Zedd's first wizard, very, very, very powerful. But we know that Richard's like superpower is just the power of necessity. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter if it doesn't
Power
make
of
sense
thought.
or like, we don't have time. The enemy is on its way. Richard goes, oh, and he just reaches over, unzips a little thing in the fabric of space and time, slips through and goes, I have all the time I want in this dimension.
Yeah.
And then just goes and does the thing. And you'd be like, wow, that's not even possible. And it's like, I'm a war wizard, bitch. It's what I do.
I don't know how or why, but it happened.
Wild card, bitches.
Not only that, while I was over there, I pantsed every single Daharan soldier. So this is going to be real interesting when they all like come back to life and start moving again. Well, Zedd looks out across the river at the Daharan soldiers,
wizard.
now newly pantsed, and demands that they let their prisoners go, and he'll let them leave with their lives. I mean, fair deal,
That's
right?
pretty fair deal.
Cause no more harm.
Yeah.
I will let you live.
And they already looked kind of scared coming over the ridge.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, massive molten ball of magic.
Yeah.
It'll do that to a guy.
But an Argo, he's not afraid of just massive balls. You know what I mean? He just laughs. But he stands firm. I'm done now. I'm sorry. He just says surrender or she dies. I just wanted to sit in that for just a second, but then I realized it was way too long.
I feel like you were telling me to surrender or die by saying these things.
I just think it's so interesting because you know that there are guys down there that are true patriots. They'll do whatever they're fucking told, right? They're like, I'm here to do the thing, and even if you're in that position, like you believe in your reason for doing your shit, and you're staring down a molten ball. And the guy gives you the choice to walk away, and it could be fine. And the head guy is like, no, these people are going to keep walking out that way.
Everybody's looking at your boss like, well, then why don't you get up here?
Yeah,
You go first.
I get being patriotic and fighting for your country, but there's got to be a weird, real weird, like tear in your brain when that fucking happens.
Yeah.
You're like, this is bad. That guy doesn't care. This is pointless. Why am I going to do this?
I figured that's one where, like, in real life, they just don't show that. But, like, no, at least 150 people in the back did turn around.
Yeah.
They're just like, nah, they ain't going to notice I left.
No, I'm good.
I'm behind the main guy. We're good.
Yeah, I'm out.
Well, Zedd says, you know that I can't do that. I can't put myself ahead of everybody else, including the fact that my daughter's over there. Like, I'm not doing it. I've told everybody this. This is Zedd's line. Why don't we just let everyone else leave and handle this? You and me, wizard, e-wizard.
Let's take our robes off.
Let's fucking do it. Yeah. Naked wizard rock battle. You and me right now.
Naked wizard mud fight. Go.
I'll bring my chicken and you bring your whatever it is you have, hell beast. But Anargo, he's not about to face Zedd one-on-one. Right? Like, I'm just assuming Anargo knows he's inferior.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to want to go up against the first wizard. He may be evil and have extra special bad powers, but like Zedd is first wizard. He's going to fucking clean up.
Well, and if he thought he could beat Zedd, he would have tried by now.
This does make me...
That's true.
This does make me wish that we had like a longer prequel leading up to this because I'm like, Nargo? That's such a cool fucking name.
Yeah.
You know this about Zedd? You guys have had interactions. I would love to have known some of the tea.
I want to know more about Anargo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know one thing about Anargo.
Oh, what's that?
He doesn't really give second chances.
Oh.
So he doesn't take Zedd's deal. He tells Zedd that he had his chance, and then he commands Mariska to kill his daughter.
Oh, Mariska.
And then, in what is
so far.
some of the most painful
This
reading...
is not very Law and Orderly.
Sorry.
No, this is what happens just before Law and Order starts.
Yeah.
This is the bit you don't see. Because this is fucking awful.
Ugh.
Zedd screams in horror as his daughter's throat is sliced. Then... Mariska saws the blade back and forth until her head fully comes off of her body and holds it up for Zedd, this little girl's father, to see.
Classic bad guy.
Jade and I had a conversation earlier in which I pointed out that Zedd is a better person than me.
Oh, yeah?
Because had I seen this,
Yeah.
I'm killing everybody.
Yeah.
Fuck this war. Fuck everybody on both sides of it. Fuck the bad guys. Fuck the good guys. Everybody I loved has died for this bullshit. I'm out. If I'm Zedd, I don't even fuck with boundaries. I just leave. Figure it out. I'm done. I'm a wizard. I'm going to go live in outer space or whatever.
I'm gonna go live in outer space.
Just, it's God.
You're gonna pull a Dr. Manhattan and just go fuck off to Mars.
100%. I'm out. Jupiter, Pluto. Let's see how far we can go.
You run full bore you just run full bore into the middle and then pull a Giller and make yourself like fucking explode.
Just end it all. No, it's horrible. But like, I can't. If I don't look at this with a little bit of humor, it's just the most awful thing I could ever imagine. And the things that you read that Good Kind puts in there just to fuck with your head. I like to, we've joked about a lot of shit on this show. This is one thing, like, I'm still going to joke about it, but God damn, it hurts to do. It's awful.
Well, yeah, because it's not just killing her quickly and it's not torturing her, right?
It's literally the opposite of what we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's sawing her head off, which takes effort and is meaningless after you kill her. Like, she's already dead, so you're just mutilating her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's real bad.
You're just setting in the horror to everybody that has to watch that happen. You're just making it worse for everyone.
Also, again, Mariska just keeps surprising me with her strength and dexterity as an old person, because that shit is not easy to do from what I'm told. I've never done it. But I'm pretty sure that separating that's not easy. She just did it.
I heard she does Taibo.
Standing.
I kind of didn't want to bring this up, but there's a video after I'll say 9/11 that hit the internet, and it was a man getting his head like sawed off. And I, being a teenager, was also like, I'm going to click it. And there was several warnings like, hey, this is real. This is not fake. Don't watch this. And then I did it anyways.
This is the time of the internet where a lot of people were clicking a lot of things that were... There were websites that you went to specifically to be like, this is bad.
Yeah.
You don't want to see it. It's not going to go away from your brain.
That's what it is, too, because every time I read this, like taking the notes for this, it's that video that was playing in my brain, and it's just, oh, fuck. It's awful.
It's like Two Girls. It's not like, but it's from the same era of Two Girls, One Cup.
Different kind of gross.
But same vein, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
Just things you see that then you can't unsee.
Yeah, the beginning of the internet.
That's Mariska's point here. She's going to make it something that you are never going to forget.
Yeah, and I mean, it's, not to make light of it, but it's like it's bad guys. Like, that's the reason they're the bad guys. They do the things that are fucking horrible.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know if you guys picked up on this, but the Daharan side in general, pretty bad.
Hey, Mariska, sucks.
And maybe that is too what it is. Terry, he brings up the bad things in life because they're real and all of that. But also, he does make the villains do those really terrible things, which I think takes it from a, like, regular fantasy genre where you're like, they're bad. They've done bad things. They've hurt people. To like, no, this is the bad, like the actual bad thing that they've done. We're going to describe it viscerally.
Yeah.
So you can understand what actually bad people do. It's not just this vague concept of bad, evil person.
We are going to destroy the world.
Yeah, which is such a vague thing. It's not like I'm going to saw off the head of your child bad, which is like catastrophically terrible. Like, blow up the world. It's going to take 2 seconds. Cool, whatever. I won't be here afterwards. This is something you can't get away from. You can't run from. It's psychologically fucking with you forever. So it's, I think that's him putting those things with the villains makes you like, oh, they're bad. Oh, no, they're bad in my stomach. I hate these people.
And like you said, too, not just hearing about it, we're going to see it.
Yeah.
You're going to read the scene, the bad things happening, not a summary of what bad things happen.
And it makes it more real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slicing her throat, bad enough.
Yeah.
Sawing off her head puts this in a totally different arena.
Having to read those interactions between Dark and Rawl and Carl. Just horrible, horrifying.
Yeah.
Because Carl sucks.
God damn it, Carl.
God damn it, Carl. Well, Abby holds in her vomit while Mariska howls in victory. Abby, in shock at what she caused, apologizes to Zedd again. Sorry, I'm still broken up. She is so sorry.
which I understand, but also not the time. Like, there's nothing that I would not be able to speak.
Yeah.
Like, if this was...
What do you expect me to say?
Yeah, like, there's no way I'm not... apology is not going to help you right now. That's not going to make anything better. I'm just going to sit over here and pretend I don't fucking exist because this is terrible for all of us, but especially you. So I'm just going to shut the fuck up.
Well, Zedd, again, throws a little twist in his reaction to these things, and he just asks Abby, well, what would you have me do? The thing I was most worried about in this world's already over, so would she have him let the Daharans win to save her daughter from what they just did to Zedd's daughter? Or should he go through with the spell and condemn Abby's daughter to die? This is the question.
Which is, it's wild that he says that he has the composure to be able to be like, asking her questions right now. I could maybe see the beginning part of that, being like, oh, yeah, what do you want me to do now, Abby? It's fucking done now. So real sarcastically.
Slowly coming unraveled. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Not the, like, I'm going to give you let's talk it out right now, because I don't got time for your fucking emotional bullshit right now, because I got some stuff to process.
But this is the reason why Zedd is the first wizard. It's because he does stuff like this.
Yeah.
When a regular, normal man, or I'll even say normal wizard, would lose his shit, Zedd can remain calm and think. And like, I don't know.
Think of the solution, not the problem.
Exactly.
Oh.
Wizards have ways
Yeah.
of solving things, and I think that using logic is Zedd's way. It's like, I can use the magic to do whatever I want, but if you do the dumb thing, if you just run in there and go fireball, fireball, and try and kill all the guys individually, it's never going to go. You're playing chess here, not checkers.
And the other thing is Abby kept interrupting and trying to be like, give me more time. Wait, hold on, my daughter. I think Zedd has realized that the only way Abby is going to fucking learn the lesson here that, hey, don't give, like, we can't worry about the small things. Like what you were talking about earlier, where we were talking about, like, Richard and Kaylin would have paused. They would have stopped and saved the daughter. But, like, we tell them, no, you are the fucking leader of an empire now. You have to think big picture.
Yeah.
You can't go person to person. Now, Richard can, because his magical power lets him do that.
Time, space, continuum,
However,
right?
Yeah.
Zedd doesn't have that power. He does
Right.
have to think. And I think this is where it's like, hey, you know what, Abby? Your choice right now. We can go try to save your daughter. You just saw what happened, though, when you tried to save mine.
Yeah.
Do you want to risk that? Or do you get it now? We have
do
to
you
stop
understand?
them when we can, how we can, because we might not get another chance. And they're going to do the things they say they're going to do.
And I will say real quick, just that there's also a difference in the leadership, because like Kaylin, Zedd, they are running the Midlands as a democracy kind of, right? Richard comes in, all of a sudden it's a fucking tyranny. And he's in charge.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he does take side missions to go do whatever he wants, even though he's leading this whole fucking empire.
Yeah, yeah.
As a, like, there is a very stark, and
Yeah.
the people are following because they're afraid, kind of, as opposed to working together cooperatively, which they're working there, right?
Yeah.
I know that they're working on it, but that's why Zedd is more inclined to be like, let's take care of I have to look at the big picture here, because everyone needs to work together after this. It's not like it's my choice. Fuck you. I'm doing whatever I want.
Yeah.
And that's how it all started. When we met Zedd, it was the council wanted him to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like they flip-flopped once, or Thomas flip-flopped once he saw he could.
Yeah.
Well, once he saw that it could be done, then he was like, oh shit, maybe not. Hold
Maybe
on.
we shouldn't actually
But
do
Zedd,
this.
this all started because the council wants Zedd to end this war.
Yeah.
So now he's here to end the war.
Yeah.
Abby is here to end it too.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Because Abby gets it now.
Mm-hmm.
She finally understands. She knows that she can't beg for her family above everybody else's. So she decides on the next best thing. Kill them all! Fucking rain down horror and fire and brimstone and kill the fucking bastard. She loses her shit. She starts screaming. And like, I love this But this is what Zedd was kind of teasing her with when they first met. Like, hey, I'm just the guy that makes this choice. Well, now I'm not the guy that makes this choice. You are. And like, I agree with Abby here. She makes the right choice. Kill them all. But also, look at how emphatic she is about just killing everybody. And I kind of feel like that's not really the right answer. You know what I mean? Like, now you got your finger on the button and you're going just full destruction, which I don't feel is Zedd's real vibe here.
I don't think it is either, but I do think that, and I think this is something that doesn't get fully, because it happened so fast, but like, that girl is a stand-in for your daughter. Your daughter is somewhere in that hill being herded this way towards death. So like, yeah, you should be fucking losing your mind. Maybe not on Zedd. So like, that's where all of this misdirected energy has been for this whole fucking chunk. You should be angry at these people and be like, yeah, fuck them. Especially after seeing that. A daughter around your daughter's age getting beheaded.
That's true.
Fuck them. Fuck them all.
Well,
that would be your gut.
I think it's the difference between justice and vengeance.
Yeah, this is vengeance.
This is vengeance.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Abby stands up with a cape that she made out of her mom's sorceress robe and says, I am vengeance. That'd be fucking dope.
I mean, she said that, but just with different words, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. And louder. It wasn't as brooding.
Yeah, it wasn't brooding in a corner. She wants everyone to know.
I guess my only other thought would be for Abby to like run forward and be like, Jenna, come here right the fuck now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just hope she finds her way to the front before Zedd finishes whatever the fuck he's doing.
She's just like, run, Jenna, run. Use the magic legs, girl.
And if she dies in the if I die in the process, fine. But I think that might be like, as opposed to what she's doing, the only other option is to be like, okay, full bore, I'm running over there and I'm going to find her by myself and hopefully I'll get back in time.
I mean, give it a shot.
Yeah.
You can give it a shot, but it's like,
here's your time.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Well, we took our shot at this section of the book. Thank you, Aaron. But we would like very much to know what your shot is. If you enjoyed this episode or this chapter or section of the book, I guess I should say, let us know. You can write in your journey books to podcastatt@gmail.com. I can wait. No sound effect.
I don't have anything to make it with.
Oh, that's okay.
Scratchy,
or you can
scratch,
follow
scratch,
us on
scratch.
any of our social medias. If you really enjoyed this episode and you want to support our humble little production, you can go to patreon.com/podcastatt and join a tier of any level. We would sure love to fucking see you there, and we've got tons of stuff for you once you do. We've got episodes without ads. We've got live episodes. We've got deep dives. Whole bunch of stuff on there, including stuff for Harry Potter. If you're into that kind of thing, yeah, I said that weird. It's fine.
If you're one of those little freaks that's
I
into
was
Harry
cool.
Potter, we got something for you.
Freaky little wizard.
Little freak.
I'm trying to be humble and be like, hey, we make other things, enjoy the things we have to offer. You little freaks.
You little freak.
Freaks.
That's good. That's a good sales tactic. Anyways, I would like to thank each and every one of you for following along with us and listening. And we'll see you real soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.
You little freaks.
You little freaks.
Freaky freaks.
I couldn't see anything. I was so fucking blind.
I told you. I knew you were blind.
You started doing the and I was like, no. And then Jade started doing it. Fucking lost my shit.